What's up, everybody? I have found a parking lot. We're in an IKEA. Is there a word anywhere? Anyway, we gotta get to this stuff. So today is FAQ answer stuff. Woohoo! Whoop! A little bit of echo. Anyway, these are the FAQ questions I want to go through. So we ain't got a lot of time, so we're gonna get straight into it. Let's knock this whole video out right now. It is going to be a longer video because obviously there's a lot of questions to go through, so it's going to take a minute. I'm going to be stopping and shit like that, so let us start the video. Alright, first question, do you think motovlogging has changed you as a person? Actually, I can leave my visor open because it's amazing temperature. Has it changed me as a person? No, I don't think so. I have changed. I have done some changing since I've started motovlogging. I've grown as a person, but has motovlogging specifically changed me? I don't think so. I think I'm relatively the same guy that I was when I started. So that's kind of the short answer to that. Alright, so question 2 is, do I find it easy or complicated to learn the clutch on the bike? I will say that before I got a motorcycle, I had never ridden a manual car, or driven a manual car. I never used a clutch at all. And I did the MSF course, and I think doing the MSF course and just kind of being really careful and slow, you pick it up pretty quick. And once you pick it up, you kind of just get it, and you obviously get better over time, but it's pretty... Overall, it's a pretty easy thing to just grab and get a concept of and start implementing it in your riding. And hey, here's the empty parking lot, so we're going to pull over and grab the next question. Alright, so if money was not an option, what bikes would you have and what part of the world would you ride around? Let's think about that. If money wasn't an option... Well, if money wasn't an option, right, I'd have like a freaking Ducati or something. I would probably, I don't know, if I could be anywhere I wanted and money was not an option, I'd probably have a Ducati Panigale. I'd have a Monster, no, I'd have a Hypermotard, Ducati Hypermotard, Panigale, and I'd throw an R1 in there just for shits and giggles. And then I would have some type of dirt bike to fuck around with. And where would I ride? I don't know. It would be a hard choice. I would probably pick somewhere like Spain or something. And a close second would be like Isle of Man. That'd be a pretty legit place. So to answer that one, I would have me a couple Ducatis that I could keep in functioning order. I'd probably have a Panigale just for a race bike, honestly. Then I'd have the Hypermotard for like the road and everything. And then maybe an R1 to fuck around with on back roads. And then a dirt bike to go anywhere I want to. I don't really have a preference on a dirt bike. I love my WR, so I'd probably rock out a WR 450 or some shit like that. So that answers that one. Alright, so next question is, how do I like my eggs in the morning? How do I like my eggs in the morning? I don't know. I love eggs. I like eggs, and I like them all types of ways. I'm not really partial to one type. But lately I've been into sunny side up. I don't know why. Well, you know, let's go check out Atlantic Station. But yeah, I've been really into sunny side up eggs, so I will say sunny side up as my answer for that extremely important question that was asked. Alright, next question while we sit here at this red light is, what got me interested into motorcycles, and what was my first motorcycle / scooter? Well, for one, it was a motorcycle, wasn't a scooter, which I'm not saying anything about scooters because scooters are awesome and fun and cheap and great. What got me interested? I don't know. They look cool. I remember as a kid, I would when I was on the highway with my Molly riding in the passenger seat with my mom. I can remember seeing motorcycles, you know, getting on the on-ramp on the highway, and they would just take the hell off. And I don't know, as a kid, that was just so freaking cool. And obviously, it got worse and worse as I got older. And eventually, I just kind of did it. So that's pretty much that. What was my first bike? My first bike was a SV650. I think it was a 2005. You can actually go check it out on my Chaseontwowheels 3D channel, which is the first YouTube channel I made. And you can check the bike out there. Alright, look at this cool little area. Pretty sweet little spot. So the next question is, why did I choose the R6? Wait, what's down here? Is it just parking? Like, or am I gonna have to turn around and shit? I'm probably gonna have to turn around. So why did I choose the R6? I honestly chose it. I didn't really choose the R6. This is really well lit down here. I wonder what the drift looks like. I didn't choose the R6, honestly. I was in a position to buy a bike, and my friend happened to be selling his R6, and I was like, cool, because my two favorites were the R6 and the CBR 600. So I was like, you're selling an R6? Well, that's one of my favorites, so I'll try that. And I kind of started, I got the R6 then, and I haven't looked back since. I absolutely love the bike. I think it's fucking awesome. And I don't see myself going anywhere with it. I'm a big fan of the bike, the engine, fucking everything. So I'm probably going to stick with the R6 for a minute. Just because I like it a lot. But yeah, I didn't really choose it. My friend just happened to be selling one right when I was needing to buy one. So it just kind of worked out. So yay! Alrighty. So the next question is one. It's an actual FAQ. I get this one a lot. Software. What do I use software-wise? I've said it a couple times, but I'll say it again. I use Adobe products. I am subscribed to Creative Cloud, which gives me all the Adobe suite for $50 a month. So that's what I basically use in that is Premiere, After Effects, Audition, Photoshop, that whole suite of software. That's my stuff of choice. That's what I've learned on. That's what I know now. So it's what I'll continue to use just because I'm used to it and I like it. It's not necessarily better than anything else, but it's just what I personally prefer. So that's what I use. And we find ourselves at yet another red light. Next question is, why do I ride without mirrors, and do I recommend it? I ride without mirrors because I'm not supposed to, but I do lane split often. I keep it off film most of the time, occasionally at least. But it makes it easier for me to get between cars, and I took off my mirrors one time because I thought it looked cool, and I realized that I feel like my hands are more free when I have more movement in the handlebars with no mirrors on. And after you train yourself to just do head checks all the time, it's really not that big of a deal. Do I recommend it? Only if you are actively making that decision and know what you're doing. If you've been riding and you know how to ride, yeah, sure, no mirrors, that's fine. It's no big deal. But if you are a new rider, I really super don't recommend you doing that. What are those guys doing? I like to think they're shooting something. So yeah, if you know what you're doing, do it to it. I mean, you know what you're getting into. And if you're a new rider, I'd keep the mirrors on. They're not super great, but they do help. So just keep that in mind. This question is, when am I going to get my ass to Road Atlanta and do a track day? Well, I would love to go to Road Atlanta. That's actually the really big track I actually want to go to. And if everything works out right, I should be at Road Atlanta sometime next year. So Season 3 C2W will definitely have some track time, hopefully. Obviously, I can't guarantee that because I don't know what's going to happen in the schedule, but if it's up to me, I will definitely hit up Road Atlanta sometime in 2014. Man, I'm actually liking these red lights. They make it easy for me to check my phone. Look at this traffic, man. This is ridiculous. So yeah, next question is, if you had to make a choice between modding a bike and just buying a bigger engined bike, which one would you personally choose? I don't know. That's a bad question for me because I'm a guy that's very happy on a 600. I don't feel like I need a liter bike. But when I get to the point where I want a liter bike, I don't want a modded 600. I want a liter bike. So most of the time I would say just get a bigger bike. Yeah, I guess. I'm going to say get a bigger bike. That's going to be my my final answer on that topic because that's what I plan on doing. So I don't want to be all hypocritical. So yeah, that. This next question is actually kind of funny. How to start motovlogging? You know, this is another one of those questions I get a lot. How do you start? How do you what's your advice? And it's super simple, man. Assuming you have all your gear and all your bike and everything, just buy a helmet and a camera and just go talk to yourself. It's honestly that easy. All you gotta do is talk to yourself. Not a hard situation to be in. You just gotta go out and do it. And yeah, like don't make videos for other people. Make videos for you. Make the videos you want to make, and you should be solid. I don't see what's so hard about it. I think people overthink it a lot. It's literally driving your bike around talking to yourself. So get out there and talk to yourself, people. Duh. All right. So this question is, what is the worst road rage experience you have ever had? I read this question and I had something happen to me the other day, and I was just blown away by it. I'm trying to remember what it was, because it was something that was like nobody could have done anything different. You know, it just was what it was. But this woman that was following me got super duper pissed, and she went off on the side of the road and barely went past me. It was fucking horrible. I don't know how she didn't hit my car, but it was definitely ridiculous. And it happened. I'm like, it's one of those situations where the situation was not that big of a fucking deal, but I guess she was just having a really bad day or something, because she just went buck wild on the road. Didn't give any shits about any laws or anything. It was pretty hilarious. But I don't get that many road rage things, and I mean, I get road rage sometimes, but I just I speed off. Is this serious right now? Are you gonna just go? Heard. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself? That's awesome. So yeah, that's road rage. Man, I'll tell you, Holly does not like this whole go stop shit. Alright, so this next question is a little long, so I'm gonna boil it down to the first part because I don't want to take up the entire video on one thing. So, what is your motivation for motovlogging? Like, what is your, I guess, like, what do I look to for inspiration? And honestly, with my videos, I'm a firm believer in talking about and making the videos you want to make. So, as far as inspiration, I guess it's, you know, my life and what's happening with me in my life. That's really the best thing I can say. I mean, obviously, you know, you watch other motovloggers, you see them make a video, and you're like, man, that's a cool video. I want to try to make something like that, or base a video I want to make off of their idea. So, I mean, that happens occasionally. But, you know, for the most part, I would totally say just, I mean, I make the videos I want to make. I've always said to do that, and I've always done that. So, I mean, that's what it is, I guess. End of that question. Alright, I got a kick out of this next one. That's really cool. This next one is, Chase, do you have a love life? Because you seem really busy all the time. I love what I do. I love the stuff I do. I love my jobs. And am I dating somebody? No. That is the, I guess, like, if you're asking, like, dating wise, no. But I mean, I love making my YouTube videos. I love my job that I have. You know, I really enjoy my life a lot. So I don't want to sound like, oh, I don't have a girlfriend, so I'm not happy, because I am so happy right now. Everything's going really good. Yeah, so do I have a love life? Yes, I love my work. I love my jobs. If you're asking relationship specific, no. That is the answer to your question, sir. Alrighty, since we're still at this red light, distractions. What is my height and weight and stand position on the bike? So, I call myself short a lot, but I think I'm average. I'm 5'10". 5'10" white boy, y'all. So yeah, I'm 5'10", and I'm currently at 200 pounds. Also currently working on lowering that weight number, if you haven't seen my Motovlogger's Guide to Weight Loss. So yeah, currently 5'10", 200, and foot's on the ground, and I can stand up. So yeah, I can flat foot an R6, and I'm 5'10", so whatever. Hopefully that answers all the information you were wondering. Alright, we had to pull into a parking area, but we're back. We're going to continue. Oh, she is hot as balls. Fucking hell. Alright, so the next question is tattoos. Do you have any? And if you want any, all that kind of stuff. So, do I have any tattoos? No, I have no tattoos. I'm the type of guy that I want tattoos, but I would always probably talk myself out of it right before it happened. So I probably won't have tattoos for a minute, but I do like them, do think they're cool. So that's a thing. Next question is, have I ever been to the UK, and would I ever fancy going over there and riding? A funny answer, I actually have been to the UK. I went with a really good friend of mine. We went there, stayed for about a month. It was a while ago, like, 5 or so years, way before I started vlogging and shit. But do I ever fancy riding over there? Man, I don't know. You guys drive like fucking mad, so I don't know if I'd be able to take in, riding on the other side of the road and all this, like, road signs and crazy hectic traffic. At least in London. I was in London, so I can't really speak for the rest of the country. So I would love to, but I don't know if I would be good at riding. I'd have to figure some shit out and make sure I'm okay with it before I just jumped in and started riding. So yeah, to everything, kind of. Alrighty, so the next question is, what is the worst thing I've ever eaten? And the second part, Coke or Pepsi? Well, I'm here in Atlanta. I have faith. I have loyalty to my city. We got Coke here. We're a Coke people. I go Coke. I like Coke more. I actually, like, even before I lived in Atlanta, it was all around the Coke stuff. I still like Coke better. I think it tastes better personally. So, what's the worst thing I've ever eaten? Man, I don't know. I'm really not picky with food, and I try a lot of type of food. And I haven't really found a lot of stuff that I really don't like. I don't like tomatoes. That's one of my really big things. I can't eat a whole tomato, like a whole like an apple-sized tomato. I can't do that. So, I don't know. Biting into a tomato, I guess. I mean, that's the best I got. I don't know. Let's just move on. Alrighty, next question is, what is the scariest moment you've ever had on your motorcycle? And this one's going to be a bit of a shocker. You see me get on the highway and fucking go 140 something. You see me go in the mountains and just freaking haul butt. Scariest moment I've ever had is I was driving down Atlanta, like on Ponce de Leon. It's some road in Atlanta. I don't know what this dude's doing. But so there was a guy is next to me on the road, and this was a while back ago, and they got next to me, and they were in like a little souped up car, nothing that could even get close to an R6, but so they got next to me, and they were trying to like egging me on, and I'm like, ah, damn you. So I ended up just giving it some throttle. you know, just to fuck around with them. Yeah, I knew you were going to do that, didn't I? I did. So yeah, I ended up giving the bike a shit ton of throttle and just hauling ass down the road. It's a tiny road. You probably see me drive on it if you watch the videos enough. No, that needs to be shut. Ooh! So yeah, they kind of egged me on. I started speeding off, and I was going too fast, and the light turned red in front of me, and I could not stop. I was probably going, I don't know, 70 or 80 down a 2-lane road in the city, way too fucking fast. Light just turns red, and I'm like, fuck, I can't stop. I gotta go through it. When I was going through it, another lane of cars was coming in this way, and I had to get off onto the side of the road, which is luckily just some like cobblestone shit, and just haul ass down that, and I barely squeaked by the car that was in front of me. It was terrifying. I got through it, and I was like, you know, one of those moments you're like, I should be messed up right now. The amount of luck I have to have gotten through this alive is ridiculous. So that was probably the scariest moment I've ever had on a bike, because I've gotten into wrecks and stuff like that, but you know, seeing that happen, I think that was, in that moment I had the most time to see what was going on and kind of figure out what was going to happen, and if it would have happened bad, then it would have been real bad. So I got really lucky that day, and for the most part, I'm really careful about where I speed in the city. You know, I try not to get myself into that position anymore. So yeah, that was probably the scariest moment I've ever had on a bike. Alrighty, we're in the attempt to get out of this traffic, and while we're at the red light, let's answer the next question. What advice do you have for somebody starting motovlogging? So I touched on this earlier on an earlier question, but honestly, the best advice I can give you for every vlogger and every person making videos is make videos that you want to make. If you don't want to make the video, don't make a video. If you don't, you got to make videos you want to watch and you want to make. And be proud about what you do. You know, you gotta, I'm telling you, the key to motovlogging is make videos you want to make, because if you start making videos that other people want you to make and that you don't necessarily want, suddenly you're working for those people, and that's what you start feeling like. If you make the videos you want to make, then you don't give a shit how many videos you make. You know, you're just having fun making the videos. So top tip for motovlogging is just make videos you want to make. Enough said. End of questions. I'm just kidding, not end the questions. I have more, I'm just saying. Next question. Next question is, ever thought about doing a UK Euro trip? Short answer, hell yeah. Long answer, I have no way of affording that. I do not have the amount of savings and stability right now to do a trip like that. It would take a lot of money, and I just don't have that money right now. If I had the opportunity and I could, to go do a trip around Europe, I would do it in a heartbeat. Traveling is something that I personally feel like I have not done enough of, and I really want to do it more. So, you know, if I can figure out a way to do a Euro trip, I'm totally down for that. So, you know, maybe in the future, we'll see. We'll see how everything goes and all. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Ah, reminisce. Finally, a freaking green light, man. This thing has been red for days. Alright, so the next question, fucking retarded, asks, can I talk about erections while riding a motorcycle? And to answer that question, honestly, I have never had an erection while riding a motorcycle, so can I talk about it? No, I cannot. I imagine it's extremely uncomfortable, and I never want to experience that. So if you've experienced that, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Not a good situation. Alright, next question is, what do I look for in a mechanic? Obviously, in a mechanic, let's see, how do I boil it down? I look for somebody that's obviously really competent and capable and doing a very good job. But one of the things it's really important to me is just being a nice guy. You know, a lot of the mechanic shops I go to, a lot of them are dicks. I'm not even gonna just beat around the bush with that. Like most mechanic places, most bike shops I've gone to, the guys just feel like they act like they're just the hottest of hot shit, and like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And if you don't know as much as they do, they, you know, like, oh, you mean this, blah, 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 blah. I just want a fucking down-to-earth dude that's cool, doesn't give me shit for not knowing as much about motorcycles as he does, and, you know, is competent, obviously, you know, able to handle any job I need. So, yeah, those are probably the two most important things that I look for in a mechanic, because, yeah, it's hard to find in a lot of places. Oh man, this is a hot bike. Jesus, y'all. Oh, almost fucking... Oh, I'm a bad rider, y'all. I'm a bad rider. I was just showing out in front of the women. That's all I was doing. Oh, God. Alright, come on, people. I got a video to make. Alrighty. So, next question B. Next question is, how did I respond to the throttle on the R6 the first time I was riding it? Kind of a lackluster answer, honestly. The first time I rode it, I knew what I was buying. I knew the type of bike I was getting, so I was super careful with it. I never gave it a lot of throttle, and I just kind of eased my way into it to the point I am now, where I just dog the shit out of it if I want to, and I know how to use it now. So I was really easy with it, so I didn't really experience that holy shit, this bike is so fast type thing. You know, it was just a progression into learning the bike and stuff like that. So yeah, kind of a lackluster answer on that one. Alright. Oh, that's my nuts. Oh, don't fuck around with your camera remote on shitty roads. Whew. Oh, I can't breathe. Okay. I'm just going to swallow my right nut and get back to this vlog. God almighty damn. That went into my throat. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Next question is, when I leave my R6 and I'm walking away from it, do I get paranoid and start thinking about all the stuff that could happen to it, like being stolen and get all protective of it and shit like that? That kind of comes with the territory, man. After you've, well, it comes with the territory alone when you have an object that you spend a lot of money on, you care about a lot. Obviously, you're going to get protective of it, but it is extremely exaggerated after you've had a bike stolen, especially 2 bikes stolen. You are very, like, you know, walking away from my bike, it's always like, man, I hope it's there when I get back, which is a shitty way to be, but it's kind of just what it is. And that's just, yeah, that's just how it is, man. I definitely do have that, like, feeling of, well, what if something happens to it, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, I do have that. Alrighty, on to the next one. What is my dream bike and my dream car? You know, I don't know what my dream bike is. Bikes get so much better year after year after year. It would be really hard for me to pick one. And then are we talking visuals or what? You know, right now, honestly, like realistically, what is my dream bike, man? I would say an R1, honestly. And that's not even so much about the bike. It's more of a comment on my experience. Like, I want my experience to get to the level that I think I could handle an R1. You know, that's shitty answer. I'm like, oh, you just want a leader bike of the bike you have now. Well, yeah, the bike I have now is awesome. Other than that, I think the Panigale is a pretty beast looking bike. I'd like to ride that around. I don't know if I'd want it though, just to ride around maybe. And what is my dream car? Man, that's a good damn question too, because when you say dream car, do you mean dream four-wheeled vehicle? Like, what do you mean specifically? If it's dream four-wheeled vehicle, I would honestly say a F-150 Raptor. I think those things are badass. If it's a car specifically, like a supercar, I don't know, I'd probably do something like a Lambo, like a Murcielago or something, or whatever their newest, like Aventador or whatever, some shit. Lamborghinis, I love the way those things look. So yeah, we'll just answer broadly and say Lambos. The next question on the FAQs comes from a buddy of mine over in Hawaii. Accidental Broadcast asked me, when am I coming to Hawaii, and if I do, and if and when I do, can we make a dirty vlog together? Answer to question 2, I would be ashamed as a vlogger if I came to Hawaii and I didn't meet you and ride with you and make dirty vlogs. So the answer to question 2 is freaking of course, yes. The harder question is when. Like, when am I going to go past this car? When am I going to get to Hawaii? That is a great question, and I will answer it with when I have the money and the availability to get to Hawaii. Right now, same with the Euro trip, same with the UK question. I just don't have the extra money right now. If I did, man, I would be there in a heartbeat, hanging out and meeting all you lovely people, especially my fellow vloggers. But money controls a lot, so unfortunately that's the world we live in, people. So AB, I hope that answers your question. I don't know when, but when I do, yes. In short. Alright, now I can leave my shitty little position I've gotten myself onto in the road, and get back on the actual road. Alright, so next question is, have I ever ridden the tail of the dragon? No, I have not. I plan to next year, though. I'm sure I Am Ramkin and I will make a trip up to the dragon and, you know, do that whole thing. I love Blood Mountain, though, so I'm totally content with staying with my mountain, but I'll totally do it just for the experience. Alrighty. So next question. What was it like going over 100 on a motorcycle for the very first time? And there's a second part we'll get to in a second. What was it like going over 100? Man, on a bike, you don't even realize you're going over 100 until you're there. So it's more of a thing where you're surprised at how fast you're going. You're like, holy snap, it doesn't feel like I'm going this fast. So that's the more important thing, instead of like, what did it feel like? Second part of that question is, who is my cameraman and does he have a channel? My cameraman is a buddy of mine. We have been friends for a very long time. We both live in Atlanta, and he helps me film the videos and stuff like that for the channel. So does he have his own channel? No, he does not. That's answer to that. And now I need to pull off again to get another question. Man, we're taking a damn tour around Atlanta over here. Alright, next question is, have I reached the top speed on any of my R6s? And if I have not, will I in a video? I don't know if I've ever reached the top speed on any of my bikes. I know I've gone really damn fast, so I don't know if top speed really matters at that point. So, I don't know. I don't know to answer that question, honestly. Oh, I like this next question. It's quick. What brand are your gloves? They are Icon, always. I love Icon gear. Most of my gear is Icon. You can almost always assume it's going to be Icon. And, yeah, that. Quick question. I like it. Ooh, don't you stall, baby. I guess when you're in third, you want to. Alright, and off that short question, the next question is, which of my two bikes do I prefer to ride on a more consistent basis? It really depends on the type of riding I'm going to be doing and the weather. If I'm going to be doing lots of highway stuff, I like my R6. I like my R6 more than my WR. And I like to say in town I ride my WR more, but I don't know, it's kind of like whatever bike I'm into. Like right now I'm kind of in an R6 kick. I've been around the R6 around mostly. But then I'll get on a kick with Jackie and I'll ride her around all the time. So there's not one over the other. It's kind of just whatever flavor of the month I'm in. So, yeah, that's our answer to that question. Alright, so the next question is, what do I do for a living? Like, career stuff. I don't like talking about my job that I have because I don't want to. I don't want to get that personal. I work for I create video games. I'll leave it at that. I won't even go into that. But my 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, I make games for a company here in Atlanta. And yeah, that's all I'll say for that. What do I want to do for a career? What I'm doing in my job. I want to continue to do that job and just kind of go up the ranks there. So that's what it is. For a living, I also work at a bar on Saturday because it's fun and it's easy. Alright, next question is, how do I think about the Icon variant as compared to other regular helmets? I love my variant. I don't even know. I really love the helmet. This is my second one, and after this helmet, I'll probably get another Icon variant. I just really like it. It's very comfortable. I love it, and like when I'm riding, when the sun's going up or down, I have a visor, like a shield up top, and it just fits well. I also have a really good peripheral vision. I can see a lot wider, I think, than other helmets, so excuse me. I like it a lot. It's by far my favorite helmet that I've ever had, up to date for sure, so I definitely recommend it. And we're off, Holly. Let us go in front of this car. Loud exhaust, save my life. The next question is, if I feel like a cop is behind me. Nope, okay. If I had to be a dinosaur, which one would I be? Honestly, dude, I would be a T-Rex, and not for the normal reason, because it's like the dinosaur in all the movies. I would be a T-Rex because my lifestyle would be hilarious. I'd have this giant head and tiny arms. Everything I did would be funny, and I think that would bring a lot of humor to other people in my life and me. So I would be a T-Rex because it would be hilarious. Yeah, that makes sense. And back-to-back questions. Next one is, with all the R6s I have had, would I ever consider getting an R1? The answer to that is, of course, yes. Like, what? Of course I'd get an R1 eventually. My thing about not having an R1 and having R6s is, until I feel I can absolutely maximize this bike out, there is no point in getting a bike with a bigger engine until I honestly feel like my skill level has capped out on an R6. And I feel like I'm a couple years off from that, honestly. I ride the R6 a lot, and I ride in the mountains. I've got a lot of experience on the bike, but I feel like I could still get more out of it. You know, I'm just not ready for an R1. So that kind of shows you why I say the stuff I do with leader bikes. You know, these people that get leader bikes are not ready for a leader bike. I would venture to say that 95% of the people that own leader bikes are not at the skill level that I would want to be at to ride a leader bike. So, and this is coming from a guy that rides his R6, you know, I don't know, 5 days a week minimum. So, think about it. That's my thought on a leader bike and when I get one. I mean, I'll have one eventually. You know, one day I'll have a leader bike. But for now, the R6 is plenty of bike for me. Alright, so I done got myself on this road that I'm going to try now to get off of. And while I'm trying to get off of it, I'll tell you the next question. Next question is, do you like anime, and what kind of music do you listen to? I feel like I've said this before, not the anime thing, but definitely the music thing. The music, I listen to about everything, but what is my favorite type of music? I'm really into, as of the last, I don't know, 4 years, I've been into techno, dubstep, club stuff. Just all that type of genre. Any type of electrical stuff I love. And am I into anime? Yes, absolutely. I've been into anime since, shit, I don't know, Gundam Wing, when I was a baby chase? Something like that. I've been in anime for a long time. I kind of got out of it, but I'm starting to get back into it, especially as of the last, like, year or so. So yes, and electronic. Electronica? Electronic? I don't know. That's the music. Next question is motovlogging hard to start and maintain? It depends what you mean by hard. If motovlogging is something you really like doing, then it's not hard because you enjoy doing it, you enjoy making the videos, you enjoy having the back and forth between you and subscribers. So is it hard? No. Is it a lot of work? Yeah, especially when you start out, there's a lot of grind you got to do. And when I say grind, you know, you're trying to figure out ways to get people to come to your channel, check out your videos. You know, it's a lot of work up front, but once you get a channel, that car's just not gonna go. Once you get a channel established, though, it's a lot easier to maintain that channel. Like the amount of work I have to do on my channel right now is a significant amount less work than I used to have to do back in the day when I didn't have as many subscribers. The more subs you have, the more your channel grows organically. Like your channel grows itself. In the beginning, it's you growing your channel. So kind of think of it as like a plant. And in the beginning, you're having to nurture that plant. You're having to take care of it and do everything for it. And when that plant gets big enough, it'll just do it itself. Same way with a YouTube channel. So is it hard to start and maintain? Not really hard. Is it time consuming? Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Alrighty then. So next question. Do I have any pets? And if I don't, do I want any? Yeah, I wanted a dog for a while, but I am so busy right now. I don't feel like I could give a dog the time it needs and deserves. So I've not let myself get a dog. I'm gonna wait till my schedule gets a little cleared out, or a little more open at least, before I before I dedicate my time to an animal like that, because I love dogs and I would be devastated if I wasn't able to like treat it correctly. So next question is, were you born and raised in Georgia? And if you weren't, where are you from? Absolutely. I am a Georgia boy through and through. I was born in South Georgia and eventually moved up here after college or during college. During college I moved all around, but I kind of finally found my niche here in North Georgia, and I've been here ever since. It's been like 5 years now, I think. So yeah, stuff, yay! Alrighty, the faithful question about my face and showing my face. I had to expect this question to come up because it is one of the things about my channel. I don't show my face. The reason I don't show my face is because, and I've talked about this in other videos, I just don't want to show my face. It's as easy as that. I like keeping Chaseontwowheels, this figure with a red helmet and a mirrored visor. I like the look. I feel like that's Chaseontwowheels. That's who he is. So I like keeping that look, and I feel like showing my face would just kind of move the channel away from that. You know, it would be more Chase instead of Chaseontwowheels. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's why. There's no like special thing. I'm gonna get the hell out of this neighborhood because it looks shady as fuck. I do not trust it, Sam. I do not trust it with green eggs and ham. Alrighty, that's a yellow light that I don't want to stop at, but I'm going to because I'm legal. Alright, next question is, how much time does YouTube take, and what are other parts of YouTube that take up a lot of the time, you know, as far as like maintaining and stuff? I don't know. It's hard to really get a number, like an hour number, because, you know, it's hard to factor in, you know, I've spent this much time looking at comments, responding to messages, filming the videos, filming the vlogs, editing the videos, posting them, you know, writing the descriptions and stuff like that, making the labels, making the icon for the for the channel, making the t-shirts. It's a lot of stuff. And I would almost say it's impossible for me to put a number on it. But I mean, I would easily say probably 20-ish hours a week minimum 20 hours a week. Yeah, because I spend all day Sunday working on YouTube stuff, and then I do comments and messages throughout the week, so let's say 20 as a jokingly small number. Alrighty, next question is, do you think you'll ever do a live stream on YouTube? This is a funny question, actually, because the other day, I Am Ramekin came over to my place, and we just, we both, out of nowhere, were like, you know what, we should do a live stream, and I was like, okay, yeah. We did I think we did it through Ustream or something. So it wasn't through YouTube, but we did a live stream, and it was really fun. We had a really good time. So to answer the question easily, yes, totally. I'm totally plan on doing another live stream sometime in the future, and I will definitely broadcast it, let everybody know it's going to happen so you can check it out. Should be a fun time. We had a really good time in our little impromptu live stream, so I'm pretty excited about doing one like for realsies. So look for that to come in the future. Guys, I hate to say it, but with that question, that's going to wrap up all the FAQs. I've been riding around for a minute. I've taken this giant tour around Atlanta, and it's finally going to bring it to a close. I got to get home and like eat and edit things. I hope you enjoy the FAQ. I appreciate everybody that submitted a question, and if your question didn't get answered, I'm very sorry. I had to go through a lot of questions to pick out the top 50-ish. There's around 50 questions I decided I would answer. So hopefully your stuff got answered. Hopefully some questions you had, if you didn't ask a question, got answered. And let me know in the comments how it did. You know, I don't do FAQs very often, so how can I improve this style of video for you guys? So let me know in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll go play in traffic. I'll see you guys on the next video here from Atlanta. Bye guys. Bye guys, my professional bye guys. This is Chaseontwowheels out. I don't think I could be more of a douche. I really don't.